Welcome to the show and an ITM Cup review that includes a look back on Southland's second win in a row, amongst a weekend of high-scoring encounters with the Magpies' 11th-hour victory in the Battle of the Bays among the highlights. Equally compelling was the Auckland effort to put Wellington away. Canterbury made an emphatic statement against Waikato with a flurry of late points, and Otago's pulsating win over the Marcos rounded off an entertaining weekend.
Well, Daryl, perhaps not as clinical as the last win, but you'll take it nevertheless.
Yeah, most definitely, Tom. They're not easy to get in this competition, so we'll certainly take it.
Good result at the breakdowns, I felt. That was the difference between the two sides. You turned over a lot of ball.
Yeah, it's an area we've been working on, and it's good to, nice having like Boise and Elliott and Scott working hard there. So everyone's focused on us, and it's an area that we needed to tidy up and put more pressure on. So good to see it having an effect.
I'm glad you mentioned Scott McKee because he's been the quiet achiever since coming on the scene, hasn't he? I know he doesn't do the flashy stuff, but does everything else right.
Yeah, no, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's got a very, very high work rate, and for someone that hadn't done a lot of training with us, and that he's come in and really filled a gap and done extremely well. And he needs to hold his head high because he's done extremely well.
Just talk us through the set pieces. The scrum, I felt, improved as the game went on.
Yeah, no, at the start of the game, we felt that their tight end was hitting down and Wap was struggling, and the referee sort of let it go for a bit, but then he seemed to things settled down a wee bit, and I think we put a fair bit of pressure on their scrum towards the end of the game, and two or three times during it, which was good. Nicky Barrett's just getting better by the week.
That comes with experience, doesn't it? Because although Nick Barrett's been around a while, he's only getting regular football this season.
Yeah, he's held a lot of tackle bags at training for the Crusaders and that, of course, and spent a couple of years up there with them, and now he's getting good consistent time on the field. It's starting to pay benefit for him, and it's certainly helping us at scrum time.
As always, things to work on. I suppose just conceding that early try must be a little bit worrisome for you as the coach.
Yeah, it's not something you like to see, and I don't know what's. I hadn't looked back. I need to look back at that one, Tom, and find out what's going on there. But the only thing we could do is we did the same last week, and hopefully things will get better from here. And yeah, just I don't know whether it's getting off the bus, just taking that time to settle down, or nerves. But yeah, no, certainly not something we want to keep happening.
And it was great to see you back up with another win after that Hawke's Bay effort to get a bit of momentum going.
Yeah, well, we're back in the saddle again on Wednesday night with Northland at home, so it's nice to get a bit of consistency, and we still feel that we're in the competition and just need to keep getting wins and see what comes up going forward.
Well, Tim, physically it doesn't get any less demanding week after week. You had to put your body on the line once again.
Yeah, she was certainly one of the tougher games. Fast forward the first 2 minutes, which was a bit of a shocker. But after that, she sort of hold on really. In that first half, we had to sort of keep down their end and not let them score, especially with that wind. She was probably couldn't see on TV, but yeah, it was quite a strong wind. And that second half, we sort of just tried playing down there, which sort of made it a bit easier. But yeah, we just sort of felt like we're on defence quite a bit, which has sort of made it pretty tough on the old body. So yeah, sort of needed to get a bit more attack, and it would have made us a bit easier really.
It would have been good for you personally to have picked up that first try just to negate the early lapses.
Yeah, no, it was good to sort of make up for that missed tackle that I made. So it sort of got the main girl off my back, and I was sort of back into it. So it's good to get that all right.
And I was particularly impressed with your work and others at the breakdown. Did you feel you did have the ascendancy in that phase of the game?
Oh, Jamie Joseph sort of talked to me a couple of weeks ago that I was sort of got to be a bit more of a pest in there. So I was sort of trying to get in there so they would try and put more numbers in, so then we had more numbers to sort of be up against them. So I think it is sort of a game that I still got to progress, like it's a major part of the number 7's role. So I'm still working on it. So yeah, it was always good to get a couple of turnovers and sort of feel good.
How did you feel sort of midway through the second half? I felt Southland just getting on top of them. They'd fired every shot they had without completely shutting them out of the game.
We sort of felt like we were in it the whole time. Like we just felt like we were going real good, but we just sort of couldn't get the ball sort of in their firing zone. You know what I mean? Like it was just sort of real tough to They were a good side, and if we didn't let them do their offloads, which we did, and that's where they sort of got their roll on and just parked us up in our half, so it was quite tough, really, yeah.
Because their main phase of attack really was their outside backs, wasn't it? That's where they were trying to penetrate.
Yeah, and they're sharp too. Like you don't know which way they're going to go. They're just young fellas, but they've got a good grip on them. So you need sort of 2 or 3 each person really, because they're pretty dangerous. We tried to shut them down, but yeah, they still sort of managed to get through the odd time, which is sort of a bit of a bugger really.
And it must be good to have a consistent, or almost consistent, loose forward trio, yourself and Elliot and Scott playing together now regularly. Must help the communication and understanding.
Yeah, no, it's way better now. And it's even good with even with the halves. Like they're sort of starting to pick it up too, which is makes it real good in that 10 channel. So we've just got to keep working, and yeah, hopefully we get a bit more game time together. Especially with that Scott McKee, he's a real talent coming through. So it'd be good for him to get a bit more game time too, and yeah, he'll really grow.
And great for the team's confidence, I imagine, to have back-to-back wins, because pulling one out of the bag's one thing, but you just had to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, we do, and we've still got to keep going next week. We've got a game Wednesday, which is going to be tough, all right. Northern, so it doesn't get any easier. So we just got to look after our bodies, really, and ice up and, yeah, prepare for Northern, so that'll be a good challenge.
And how's the eye? Because it looked pretty nasty last week. We were really pleased that you managed to bounce back so quickly.
Oh, it's still real sore. I think I've got a bit of a bruised nerve, so I can't really blow my nose at the moment, and it's just sore looking down. So, yeah, it's just pretty tough out there, but no, it's good to pull through all right. So, yeah, no, it's good.
Well, Scott, you'll be pleased with your effort. It can't have been easy out there. Tell us about those conditions. The wind, was it coming and going, or was it consistent? Yeah,
it was definitely gusty out there. Like in the warm-up, it kind of came and went, and then weren't too sure, and it was blowing straight down the ground, so it kind of made it difficult, obviously, to play into it in the first half. So kicking probably wasn't the funnest thing to do, but we managed to get through it, and yeah.
So what were the instructions at half-time as to how to use the wind from the coaches?
Well, at half-time, more the talk was just about our effort wasn't really there. Like, compared to Sunday, our intensity kind of on defence and offence, we were kind of just half-paced, and Goof actually kind of got off us a bit, which was probably deserved, and second half we came out and we were a lot better at the breakdown, won a lot of penalties, and we kicked kind of like, the wind kind of picked up a bit, so we just had to really get it down there, keep them under the pump, and we kind of got a few penalties, so luckily built a bit of a lead.
And you'll be very happy with apart from that one conversion, your kicking up the tee has been so sweet. You're kicking in the 90% range, which is fantastic.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been too bad. Yeah, striking the ball right, it was quite breezy today, so I was just happy that they were going over, to be honest. It was one that we know was a bit wobbly, but you'll take them, so... Yeah.
Are you having to look after your hamstring? Because I saw you just wince a couple of times there and you came off last week. Is it something you have to manage?
Yeah, more my... I think something like on the front of my leg, my quad. Not too sure. They're not too sure what's really wrong with it, so it kind of just swells up after the game. So I kind of just gets quite sore kicking, but you can't really do it. I can't really do anything about it, so I've kind of just got to play through a bit of pain. But it's not ideal, but it's one of those things you just have to do. So just got to manage it, kind of between games, and go out there and play.
And how's your confidence level now at this level? Now you've had that experience, is you getting a bit more game time?
Yeah, definitely. It's good to kind of get regular starts. Obviously, I'd like to be 100%, but it's definitely still good to be getting comfortable game by game. Still a couple of things in my game that kind of still need a lot of work, but reasonably sound. So just got to keep it up and keep improving.
I know you're at the after-match function. Has Jimmy bought you a beer yet? Because we reckon he owes you one. That was a pretty rough pass at the end.
Oh, yeah. Had a wee laugh about it after the game. Was one of the things I probably could have been able to maybe do a better effort in taking the ball, but I wasn't sure why he did that, but it's just one of those things, I guess.
Just 5 points between first and fourth in the Premiership, with Auckland the new leader, courtesy of that midweek win over Taranaki. Canterbury picking up maximum points in their match means the gap between the contenders and the pretenders is starting to widen. Counties Manukau has banked a place in the finals of the Championship, with Otago making a strong case to do the same. Southland's pair of wins means the Stags can seriously challenge for at least one of the minor placings. North Harbour, the only team in either competition, with only next